Hi, my name is Jeff and thank you for watching my video. Today's video is going to give you, the viewer, an opportunity to test your rough grading skills when it comes to grading comic books that you think you might want to submit to CGC. Now, I am making this video because I had wished that there were more videos like this on YouTube that gave me the opportunity to test my grading ability up against the results that someone got from CGC. We'll be looking at 5 different books that I have just recently got back from CGC, and we will go over them, grade them, and then compare those grades up against the grades that we received from CGC. The 5 books in question are X-Men 104, X-Men 107, X-Men 130, X-Men 266, and Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, number 36. Yes, I'm a big X-Men fan. So yes, there are a lot of X-Men books in here. This is my first time submitting anything to CGC. But in the past several months, CGC got on my radar, and I thought that this was a fantastic resource to comic book collectors, and I wanted to jump on board, but I wanted to make sure that I did it from an educated point of view. So I spent many, many months educating myself as much as possible about CGC and about grading so that I could make sure that I get the most benefit out of submitting to CGC. So what we're going to do is we're going to look over some videos and that I made of the front and the back of my books. I would recommend you do something like this as well, because when I did this, it was extremely enlightening. Books that I thought were probably going to grade higher once I made this video and I started, going over them very closely with a video camera, started to realize the grades probably aren't going to be as high as I might hope. But we're going to see how they turned out. I just got them back today. So let's go over those books right now. First up, we have Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 2, number 36. This is the September 11th tribute issue. This has this amazing all-black cover, which is problematic when you have things like that. That little white spot right there is a problem. Now, I don't know if that's color rub that took place after I bought that issue, or if it was there the day I bought it, the day it came out. But it's there now, and I'm going to call it a flaw that could affect the grade. There's also an indentation right there. I'm hoping the press will take care of that and it won't leave any kind of mark behind after the press. Other than that, this book is super glossy. The cover looks great, looks good otherwise. The back of this book is also in very good condition. This white is very white. I don't really see much of any problems with the back of this book. Sometimes whites can start to go cream over time, but this is still white, white, white. The edges are all really great. I don't see any kind of stresses. I don't see any kind of flaws. I don't see any kind of black dots or anything. I'm going to call it a 9.6, not a 9.8 because of that white mark. Next up is Uncanny X-Men number 266. This is the first appearance of Gambit. This book is also in really nice condition. You'll see those little stress marks there when the light's hitting it on top. I definitely recommend hitting a light off the top of it like that. However, you take this angle and you start to see those have minor little color breaks in there. That was really disappointing to me. I thought this book was a 9.8 candidate all day. Until I saw those little color breaks, I was a little bit sad about that, but it's still going in because it's a fantastic book and valuable even at a 9.6 or a 9.4. Other than those little minor color breaking spine ticks on the front, it looks pretty good. The back of this looks just about perfect. It's just about as white on the back as that Spider-Man issue was. The corners are sharp, the edges are clean. There's a little bit of a black spot right there. Maybe the clean is going to take care of that. Maybe it's going to be dinged because of it. Not quite sure. We're going to have to wait and see. Other than that, looks pretty good. I'm going to call it a 9.6, maybe a 9.4. And now we have X-Men number 130, the first appearance of Dazzler. Now this book is much older than the first 2 books and in really nice condition.
I don't see too many issues here along the spine. Now you see those black marks right there. That's where my concern lies. Now I don't know if that's some kind of ink bleed from the printing, or if it's dirt that got there over time. Maybe the clean will take care of it, maybe not. I'm still going to call it a flaw. Unfortunately, because the wrap shows some of that white from the back cover on the front, it really shows it off on the front. So I'm going to say I'm going to get dinged for that. On the back here, this, for an old book, that white cover looks pretty good, but you will see those tiny little bits of black speckles all through it. Maybe the clean will take care of that, maybe it won't. I'm not so sure. Once again, this is my first time. Now this corner I am concerned about. I'm hoping the press will clean that up, but once again, you see all those little black speckles, all in the little dimples of the paper, all the way along the spine. There's just so many of them. Maybe the clean will take care of it once again. I really hope so. I'm going to call it 9.2. This is X-Men number 107, the first team appearance of the Starjammers, along with some miscellaneous Shi'ar. Now, you look on the top here, you see minor little stress marks with that light hitting it. Not such a big deal, but then you take this angle here, and boom, color-breaking spine tick, color-breaking spine tick, color-breaking spine tick, color-breaking spine tick. There's a few of these in there. Really tough to see. There's another one. You can only see them from this angle when you really dig into it. That's why I recommend doing this with a video camera, especially at that angle, because it'll show you a lot. The rest of this book looks really great. I've seen some copies of this book that look beat up. It's a tough one to keep in nice shape, so I'm going to call this pretty good, but those are some definite flaws. Here you'll see this edge is pretty creamy, nowhere near as white as those first two books were. It's just along the edge, but no clean is going to fix that as far as I can tell. The wrap is not great, but I don't think they're going to ding me for the wrap. But the problem is that those color-breaking spine ticks wrap around to the back edge there, and you can see them in the dark sections there. I don't know if they're going to ding me twice for it, or if they're going to all call the same kind of defect. I'm going to call this an 8.5. Could be an 8.0, but I think it's more like 8.5. Finally, we have X-Men 104. This is the first appearance of Corsair, among a few other things. This book looks really great in a lot of ways. The spine is really nice on this. There's a little bit of stress marks you see in there, but I think that that'll press out without a problem. There's a little bit of that tag there on the corner. I'm going to call that a defect. I'm going to ding the grade for that reason. It's definitely not a 9.8. So you see the wrap is a little bit off, and there's a little bit of the back cover whiteness there on the front. That might be hiding some color-breaking defects in there, but in this instance, I really don't think so much because it actually looks so good otherwise. There's a little bit of a lift right there. You saw the light catch. That, I think, is going to press out without a problem. Here is an interesting thing. About a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch from the edge of the book there, you'll see there's a little bit of a lip. The color actually shifts there a little bit as well. I'm going to assume that that's going to be given me as a defect. It might press out. I'm not sure. I'm going to be really conservative, and I'm just going to call that a flaw. On the back here, it's not exactly as white, once again, as those first books were, but it's pretty good. You see the pages don't quite line up there. I don't think that's going to be a problem. That's a manufacturing thing, but we'll see. That corner is going to be a problem. I'm definitely, it's on both sides, the defect. It's definitely going to go against me. There's some dirt there next to the staple. I don't think that that's going to clean out. The staple itself is offset and away from the spine of the book. I don't think that that is a defect. I think that that's just a manufacturing thing. I'm going to be really conservative with a 9.2.
Okay, so now we've all had an opportunity to look over the books, assess any flaws that might be present, and think about how those flaws might affect the grade from CGC. Now, you might have looked at the grades and thought that they were completely wrong, and that's fine. I've not done this before. This is my first time doing this, so you might be more right than I am, but this is an exercise, once again, for me and for you to have the opportunity to see how your opinions stack up against CGC's. So now here comes the exciting part. This box just came back from CGC about an hour ago. It took every bit of willpower that I've had over the past week since I know this book was coming my way not to check the grades online, because I wanted to do this live here in front of you. And that's part of the reason why I'm opening this box up in front of you, because I want you to know that I am seeing these books for the first time. Now the good news is they packed them, it looks like, with the face down. So I'm going to try to show you the grades first, and then I am going to look at them afterwards. I can already tell which one is on top, in part because I got the I got special labels on all of these, so I can tell just from the back of these books which one is which. These are packed pretty straightforward. It's just 5 slabs wrapped in bubble wrap and a rubber band. 2 rubber bands, 1 rubber band. Okay, so the first book is Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 2, number 36. I'm going to hold this up to you and show you what grade we got. And then I am going to take a look. I thought that this might be a 9.6, I think because of that one little bit of color rub that was on the front. Let us see what we got. Yes. Yes. Oh, wow. Oh, that's great. That is super. And the case is cracked. Wow, that is less than super. Oh yeah. That's cracked right there. That is going to require a call to CGC customer service. However, that shouldn't affect the grade at all. They'll just re-slab it for me. Not great. But what is great is that it's a 9.8. That's amazing. That's great. Yeah, that's a serious crack. That is, that's no joke, that crack. Okay. Well, right after this video, I'll be making a phone call to CGC. Okay, let's see what's next. Okay, so this is, I can tell from the back label once again, that this is X-Men 266. I also thought, I was afraid, you know, I mentioned this probably in the video that I tend to grade a little bit on the conservative side so that I could be happy when I see a 9.8. So we'll see. I think this might be a 9.6, a possible 9.4. Let's see how we did here. 9.2. Also cracked. Also cracked. Same spot. And a 9.2. This is all up. That's really bad. Wait, the press put a huge indentation in the book that was not there originally. No wonder it came back. The whole thing is this. Okay, I'm going to show you the best I can. So there is I'm going to maybe do another video on this. There's a huge indentation here that was not there originally in the book. That's from the press. You can also see how the pages have been fanned out here. That is not right. That was not like that originally. That's because of this right here. It's pulling all of these pages down. This is really bad and super cracked. This is super frustrating. Okay. Okay. We're going to push through. I guess we'll be making another video at some point talking about our customer service experience with CGC, because that's not cool. That's not cool. Okay, this I can tell from the information on the back is X-Men 130. This looks like it's also cracked. It's totally cracked. It's falling apart. It's a good thing I'm making this video so you people can see. Look at this, part of it just fell off. This is where Jeff takes deep breaths. This whole thing is so trashed. Okay, let's focus on the grade for now. I had thought that the grade might be a 9.2. Let's see what CGC gave us. 9.6. 9.6. Now, as long as the broken parts don't all damage the book, that's a great grade on that. That is way better than I had anticipated that grade to be. Okay, I'm going to push forward because this video is probably already too long, but this is quite an experience I'm having. This is also super cracked. I can feel it. This is 107. Boy, this is the one I expected to have the lowest grade. Wow. Wow. I was hoping this is an 8.5, possibly an 8.0. Let's see what the grade is. 9.4. Wow. Super. Wow, the damage. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Every single one of these is so damaged in the corner. But hopefully the grade will hold up. These grades are really great, actually, except for that Gambit one, which, once again, is because they damaged it in the press. Okay. The last one will be X-Men 104. Let's see if all of them are damaged. They are all so damaged. Every single one is, oh geez, look at that. Look, this piece just fall right off. Stupid damaged. That's the, gonna need that. Wow, wow, so damaged. Okay, well, we had said, we had hoped that this was going to be a 9.2. Let's see what it got on this. 9.6. That's great. I mean, the difference between a 9.2 and a 9.6 is a lot. So that is amazing. Amazing. So this is a mixed bag of emotion right now. Some of these grades are really great and way better than I thought they were going to be. So I suppose that I could open up my opinions on grades a little bit. I guess I'm a little bit too harsh, but you know what? I would much rather be too harsh than not harsh enough. I'd much rather be surprised positively with the grade than surprised negatively and potentially lose money in the process of grading. However, every single one of these is damaged. Broken parts coming off of the slabs. They're smashed. All in the same corner. I wonder if it was dropped. A whole, you know what? A whole section here of this protective bubble wrap is flattened. Well, I'll be contacting CGC, but anyways, I hope that you all learned something. I know I did. I learned that I can be a little bit more generous with my grading, and I also learned that CGC could hurt your books with the press, and that they could definitely hurt your books with the way they pack them poorly. So I thank you for watching the video. I wish I ended on a little bit of a higher note, but it's a mixed bag of good vibes and hostility. So thank you so much. Maybe I'll make a sequel to this video and let you know how the process went with getting this all corrected with CGC. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. If you liked this video, do the like and subscribe thing if you're feeling like it. Anyways, thank you so much for your time. Sorry this video was a little long, but I hope it was informative and beneficial for you. Take care.